It is insane how fast the year is moving. Like, it's crazy that it is already June 1st, but of course, with it being the first of the month, that brings a whole new list of books that I would love to get down and read within the month. So, without further ado, let's get into my TBR for the month of June. And before we get into this, I just want to say a little disclaimer. This is a variety of books. If you guys have been here for a while and have been in the community, you guys know this is not my typical setup. I'm currently not at my manga collection. So while I took all the books I have not read in full, and I just brought them here because, we got to read our manga collection before getting more books. If you guys aren't reading your books, why are you even buying them? So I just wanted to throw that disclaimer out here to kind of explain the vast variety of the books I am reading in June. So the first book on the list for me has to be Sakamoto Days. I have, like I'm about to show right here, 1 through 7, and 7 is still in the wrap from Kinokuniya. So I just had 1 through 7 sitting on my shelf, and I haven't read it. And I read up to, I believe, volume 4 or 5, which I believe is this one. I read up to 4, and ooh, this is this just fell. And I don't remember where the story was going, so I'm going to take the month to reread and kind of go back from where I was and kind of just understand the story again, because again, I was reading it, then I stopped, then I picked up other stories. So I want to kind of be better with this month, which is staying on the current story I'm reading and then progressing to the next in the list. And these 7 volumes, this is going to be a big deal for the series for me, because this is going to make or break the series if I either sell or continue to buy it, because Sakamoto Days has, I believe, around 20-ish to almost 30 English volumes, I believe. And if you guys, of course, know my collection, I have all of One Piece, and getting into another insane, like, high volume series is extremely difficult, just because I had to go through and collect all of One Piece, even though I did it through the box sets. But it was just, it was a lot collecting that high volume series. So if I don't like Sakamoto Days, I'm probably going to end up selling it and pivoting to another series I enjoy more, and just investing more into that series. So with that being said, this is a big, big month for Sakamoto Days to see if it will continue to stay on my shelves. Moving on from there, we have Ichi the Witch Volume 2. So I have read Ichi the Witch Volume 1 when it released in English, and I was super excited to read that because, of course, I shop at Kinokuniya regularly, and I'm always going there, and I feel like Shonen Jump has kind of been pushing Ichi the Witch a lot recently. So when I saw it get its English release, I was just intrigued, to be honest with you. I was very curious of what the series was like, because all the weekly shonens, all those series, the covers was either Ichi the Witch, some other series I didn't know, in Kagurabachi. And we all know, I believe Kagurabachi is going to be the next face of shonen. So I had to read its competitor, and Ichi the Witch wasn't bad at all. Didn't blow me out of my socks, but it wasn't a boring story. So I thought, why not continue and pick up volume 2? And of course, when you're picking up these series week to not week to week, volume by volume, it makes it progressively easier. And of course, I always preach, don't buy volumes by full retail price. There's always a way to go around buying them at a discount, and definitely if there's a discount at your local store, just go invest into that, because if you are buying over like a long period of time, there's definitely money saved up. And I have that for Kinokuniya, so I was like, I might as well get this. It was on the membership sale, so that is volume 2 of Ichi the Witch, and I cannot wait to see where the story goes, because I don't want to say it's fallen into the shonen tropes, but it's definitely not something that I can predict where it's going from just volume 1. So I'm super excited to get into that. Next up, we have Eye Shield. This was sent over to me by my good friends over at themangabasket.com. Again, I was just talking about not buying your manga for full retail, and they also do not have their manga not for full retail. Again, I'm not sponsored, but I'm good friends with them over there, and they do amazing work. So I can't recommend them enough for you guys. But moving out from there, they sent me over Eye Shield, and I haven't read it yet. But again, I'm a big football player, as some of you guys may know. So a manga about football, that's right up my alley. I don't know how I'm gonna like it, because for something that I live and breathe, I don't know if I'm gonna like to, on my downtime, consume a manga about it. But I don't know if it truly dives into into full football, or if it's like real. It's a little foreshadowing for you guys, but if it's like real, and football is just like a coping mechanism, coping mechanism for something else, I don't know. But I'm really, really curious to see where Eye Shield goes, because I have seen a lot of good things about it. And for a series that I'm always hearing about, I haven't really seen much media coverage other than the fact that it's good. So I was like, I'd love to step into this, and I can't wait to get into it and see where that goes. And again, I believe this is another high volume series. So again, this is a a big challenge for this series to see if it stays on my shelf this month. Because if this is not good, I don't know if I'd be willing to invest all that time and money into collecting the full series. Moving on to Hickory no Go Volume 1. Again, my guys at Manga Basket sent me over this, and again, I didn't know what the series was, and I was intrigued by the description of it. It's basically about, I think, I forget the name of the game, but it's about a Japanese board game, and it's like supernatural ghosts, stuff like that. So, of course, you know, the manga anime-esque is coming in there, and I'm just really curious to see where this goes, and I'm going into this blind. I love reading series that I have no prior knowledge of because, of course, you know, when you're reading those big shonens like One Piece, Bleach, Naruto, One Dragon Ball, you know what happens. So to just get a nice refresher series that I have no clue of what's going on is definitely just a fresh a breath air. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been seeing the box art and all these covers of Hikaru no Go. The covers are amazing. They're super sick, so that definitely gets me excited for the future of this series. And again, I believe this is another high volume series. So could it survive on the shelf? We will find out this month. Very, very excited for Hikaru no Go. All right, we're hitting the juggernauts here, and it is gonna be crazy that I haven't read 2 out of these 3 series I'm gonna show next, but I'm finally getting into this month, so I don't wanna hear anymore. You gotta read this, you gotta read this. Like I said earlier, real manga. My guys at Manga Bass also sent me this over, and I have heard this is one of the most critically acclaimed mangas of all time that I've been hearing ever since I've gotten into the manga space and manga community. It's been real, 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 real. So we're gonna see what real holds up to. I'm very, very nervous because my one of my close friends, Joel, he cried to this. So if this is not leaving me in tears, I'm gonna be very disappointed. That is a high bar. You guys gotta understand. Tears. This story invoked emotional response from somebody that I believe to have high. What's the word? Literature sense. I don't know what I'm saying, but to have a high like bar for literature. So if this does not leave me in tears, I'm gonna be extremely disappointed. But I've heard a lot of good things about Real, and we will see where this goes from there. Also, I got a note before Real joins the pile. If this could focus, this volume is super high quality. I believe that, yeah, this is Viz. Dude, this is super high quality. We even got some colored pages in here. I don't want to like destroy the yeah, I don't want to destroy the spine, but there's even some color pages in here. This is an extremely high quality book, and you guys know I love my high quality books. I feel like any manga reader loves their high quality books. Moving from just recently reading Chojin X, that horrible quality book, to now finally being able to pick up Real, and I'm so glad it's high quality. It just makes me want to read it even more. But yeah, I'm gonna be stepping into Real again. This is out of there's another big Johnny here, but out of my whole entire pile, I feel like Real and another series in here, which you guys will 100% recognize, I feel like those have the highest bars to impress me. Nearing the end of the pile, we have Initial D. So Initial D, this is the Kino Kuniya exclusive cover. You guys can take a it's in the wrapping. That just shows you haven't read it. I feel like my window's not gonna let you guys see this. Maybe, yeah, there you go. I don't know if it's in focus, but this is Initial D. I picked this up because this was a Kino Kuni exclusive cover, and I wanted to get into this, but I didn't know if I was going to get into it when I did, but I wanted the cover. So, of course, excuse me. Of course, you guys know covers are definitely a collectible, and I'm a collector in of itself, besides just a manga reader. So, seeing this on the Kino Kuniya shelves, even though it's probably still there, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Between my location and the New York City location, it's probably still there. But I just wanted to pick this up when I did, and when I was making my pile to read for June, this was in the corner of my shelf, and it was still in the wrapping. If you guys know Kino Kuniya, you know they wrap all their books. So I haven't even looked inside this book, and I'm not gonna lie, it's been compared to Fast and Furious. I'm not a big cars guy, so I don't know what I'm gonna be getting into here. And I know I believe this borders on, I don't even know how many volumes are in this series, but I think this is another high volume series, and this is an omnibus. Yeah, Kodansha Tales omnibus. So I'm hoping this is a high quality manga. I don't know high quality in the terms of the pages. I don't know what the content contains of, but I'm also super excited to get into this. I haven't learned a lot. I haven't heard a lot on Initial D here and there, but there's not really been much coverage on my timelines of Initial D. So I'm super excited to get into that and just see where it goes from there. Again, I'm going in here blind, so what's the worst that can happen, you know? In one of the last giants I was talking to you guys about earlier with Real, Vagabond. So me and Vagabond have a love-hate relationship. So I can open this for you guys, and it has a bookmark. It has my one of my One Piece TCGs. It has a bookmark. I picked this. I started reading this when I picked this up. Oh, all those years ago. I don't think it is years. I believe I picked this a year and a half ago or 2 years ago up. And of course, you know the Viz Bigs. The Vagabond is so iconic in the manga collecting just community. So of course, you know when I saw it, I picked it up again. My guy Joel, he always brings it up for one of the series that he think I should read. He recently recommended me 20th Century Boys, and that was one of my favorite reads. So I was like, you know what? When I was making this, I was like, Joel's always bringing up Vagabond. I've always seen Vagabond critically acclaimed. Let me give Vagabond a chance. And I believe Vagabond is by the same guy. Yeah, he's by the same guy who does Real. So, like I was speaking about in Real, these are high bars that are set for these two series. And again, these are, I believe, both that and Real are high volume series. But if they are as good as people say they are, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind investing the money and the time into collecting both these series. And the spines are super cool. I'm not too. I don't know. I feel like I've these spines are oversaturated for me in the sense that I've seen them so many times that they don't really like. They're not really that cool anymore, but they're pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of the covers, but they're cool. And then the quality of the pages are very, very well done. Like you even have some nice spreads in there. So again, I love me some good quality manga books. Again, I can't read it. Chojin X, I don't have them on me, unfortunately. But Chojin X, I keep bringing them up when I say bad quality manga. That is bad quality manga in the sense that the pages awful. It's basically like reading a weekly Shonen Jump. If you guys know, you know. But that's it for physical books in hand. I have another one. It's not on me in here because it's being shipped and I had to pre-order it. I believe a few months ago. Billy Bat. Just talking about 20th Century Boys. Billy Bat is another one of Urasawa's work, and I've heard so much good things about Billy Bat. And come on, just coming off of 20th Century Boys, seeing Billy Bat finally get its English release. I had to put that on pre-order. There's a Barnes & Noble's little pre-order going on back in the day, but I had to put that one up there, and I was just super, super excited to get that one on pre-order, and I can't wait to read that too. But yeah, that concludes my my list. I'll bring it up here just one last time for you guys. Only let me flip these real quick. And the spines are still running for me. So yeah, this is my, you can see Real right there. And then we got the big Bond. So yeah, that's it. I have the first My Hero box set in the corner over here. But I've already experienced My Hero so many times. So that's kind of just on a back burner. Just like I just haven't read the manga, but I've watched the anime so many times. So that's just kind of on the back burner for when I want something to read, but I'm not trying to dive into something new. Just get my brain around. But yeah, I believe that's around 14 to 15 volumes of new manga that I want to read in June, excluding the My Hero box set. With the My Hero box set, that's around 27. So again, this is a lot of manga to read. I will always say this. There's people do a lot of things, especially like people are doing stuff in their lives. They're not just solely dedicated to manga, but I always love this to set myself a goal when it comes to my to read list. And of course, when you're away from your manga collection, I feel like it is always it's the good opportunity to go into the mangas that you haven't read that are sitting on your shelves collecting dust versus going into new series that you're going to put on your shelf and it's just going to continue stacking the to read list. And it's like you don't want to keep stacking that, you know. So I can't wait to knock these out. And of course, guys, every single one of these volumes, except maybe Sakamoto Days, I'll maybe give that 1 through 7. But each and every one of these volumes will get a manga review on the channel. So please look out for those. I'm super excited to document not only my journey through all these great series, but my two big ones I feel like are going to be Real in Vagabond that I can't wait to put on camera and just document with you guys, because again, these are high bars that have been set for both these series, and I I love stories that are critically acclaimed, because I set them and hold them to a higher standard than it is these other series that I'm reading. So I can't wait to see if they live up to that. Thank you guys so much for coming through this journey with me and going across all these beautiful series. I'll just show them on screen one more time for you guys individually, except for the Sakamoto days. I'm not holding 7 volumes. Actually, no, I will. Those are pretty cool covers. But thank you guys so much for coming through this journey with me. And of course, I will be reporting back on every single volume except for these Sakamoto days. I'm just doing 1 through 7 because I don't know. I don't. I've already read Sakamoto days up to I believe 4 or 5. What did I say earlier in the video? So I don't feel like there's a point of me just like restating myself on that. But I'm super excited for that one, guys. I thank you guys, of course. If you guys stayed to the end, thank you so much. And I can't wait to get back to you on this, guys. And I know my One Piece fans out there, stay tuned for that chapter review. That's coming soon. That's coming soon. That was a big chapter. I'm just still trying to wrap my head around that and get the best possible chapter review for you guys out there. But with that being said, I appreciate you guys so much for staying to this, and I can't wait to get that back to you guys on these on all these manga titles, whether it's Vagabond to even Ichi the Witch. I can't wait to get back to you guys on that. With that being said, guys, go out there, go collect some manga, go do what you love. And with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace, guys.